Yesterday calls, I'm hearing your voice, and my heart falls. It echoes through this noise. All I can do is think about you. I'm right here, but I'm back there with you. And I was wondering, do you ever feel like we will ever feel? 'Cause I do. And I was wondering, do you ever feel like we will ever feel? 'Cause I do. Now I'm lost at the love that we had. It was crazy and beautiful. It was crazy and beautiful. It was crazy and beautiful. It was crazy, 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 beautiful. I close my eyes to dream. You're the only one I see. Hi guys, so I thought I was going to do just like a normal process, sped up process video, but instead I decided to kind of talk my way through the measurements because I thought it might be a little bit confusing. So I'll show you what I've done. I kind of had to measure things. I've done a flipbook like this before, but it was for different sizes and I wrote down the different sizes. I can't remember the measurements, and to be honest, I thought I'd just kind of wing it. I'm going to give you the measurements though, because this is a guest design for the Lollipop Box Club. I'm going to use the right size paper that I'm intending on using. This. Yeah, I just thought rather than have to measure that, I'll just go ahead and do it with this. So the base, let me get my notebook. Where did I put my notebook? Anyway, so I've got the measurements here. So I've got them for the flaps, the envelope that I've just stuck in the middle, and for the base. I was practicing with the stamps there, as you can see. And I have written it down on here, but when I was making this, I kind of put the tape on the wrong flap, so I kind of had to swap them around. So that's why that's there. So I've got the measurements here as well, just to, you know, remind me, because it took me ages to figure this out. I'm sure you're glad that you don't have to. I went through a lot of plain paper. So I've got the measurements for the base. So the base is basically, I think it's 5 3/4 inches by 8 1/4. I think that's what that is, give or take. But that's what I measured out to be on my paper cutter. Oh, my brain, what's the matter with my brain this week? So I've measured that, but again, it's literally the same size, so you don't have to worry about cutting that one. You'll be glad to know. But the other parts you do have to cut up, I'm afraid, and I'll show you how to do the envelope. I've made that envelope, unless you've got an envelope that size, which is very convenient for you, but I intend to use the paper. I used a good old envelope punch board. So I've just written the sizes for the paper for the envelope here, just to give me a little reminder and what to score it out. I know it's on the envelope punch board, but I put it down there to remind me that that's the one that I used, because otherwise I'd be like, which one did I use again? And I just write it here. I can't write it down too many times really. This is what it kind of turns out like. I'm gonna measure that and put like a bit of paper on the top because I want to cover up these flaps. I mean, you could, I think when I did it the last time, I don't think I did it put the flaps there. I think I put them in here, but then it kind of just bulks up the middle bit, so that's why I did it that way. It took me a really long time to figure these score points out, so yes, I'm glad I've written it down and eventually got it. I kind of made a little bit of leeway to anticipate it bulking up a bit, because obviously if it's got an envelope in it and you're intending to put a letter in it, then it might just bulk up a little bit, so you just need to bear that in mind. So I intend on putting some eyelets or something to kind of tie it together, like with some twine or something, so I'll see what I can come up with. So yeah, that is my prototype, and I tend to put like a little closure here as well. So yeah, that's the measurements there. I'm going to go ahead and start cutting now. I might just speed through that because that is like really boring, and I'll put down the measurements. I will have a blog post linked to this as well, so everything will be written down for you. So I'm going to use these papers. I kind of made a little bit of a mess. I might splatter on this one as well to kind of give it that effect. I might just put that one aside, but I intend on having that as the base because I like the colours and I think they're pretty. And what I've done, oh well, you can see what I've done because I've done a video for it. Just the splatters, just because it was white, and I could have easily stuck that together, but it just bulks up, so I opted for the paint. And the paint that I used was the Dilutions one. In the add-ons it has Calypso Teal as the paint of choice. I've only got that in the shimmer spray, and I thought that could probably match. That might be a good match. Well, it's a bit more green, isn't it? It doesn't. Well, it's a bit dark, isn't it? That one is vibrant turquoise. That could do actually, but I opted for my Liquitex paint marker. That is bright aqua green. I don't think I shook it properly, and it was quite watery. So the first time I attempted to do a tag, my tag, it kind of, yeah, it was a bit too watery. Oh yeah, there it is. It kind of bled underneath the stencil, so I kind of had to use the tag from the paper clip, which was fine because then it's got this stamp on it as well, and it's got that stamp on it, so it kind of matches quite well, I think. So that was a happy little accident, and I just kind of stenciled it, and I learnt my lesson. It's always good to have a spare. And I have used the Calypso Teal shimmer spray on the craft envelope because I thought it'd be a similar colour, and to start with it looked quite dark and I was kind of panicking a little bit, but actually look, if you can see, like when it dries, if you don't put too much on, you can see, look at the effect that it looks really, really nice, and it's so shimmery and so pretty, and I really like how that turned out actually. I like the shimmer sprays on craft. I'm gonna have to try that a bit. I've got a Dina Wakley journal. I'm gonna have a play in there with these sprays. So these aren't the usual spray that I've got. What's annoying, I don't think I've got the Calypso Teal. So this is like the normal Dilutions, and that is the shimmer sprays, and they're the new ones, and they're cheaper just because they're obviously smaller. But yeah, I really like these. Yeah, these are so pretty. You do have to really shake them to get the mica from the bottom. And what I did with mine, I got a pipette and I kind of squirted it into a palette. You don't just have to use it as a spray, you can use it as a watercolour, and I really love that effect actually. So yeah, I'm going to have this as the base, and this is where I really don't want to go wrong because I don't have, well, I've got another one, but I'm kind of wanting to hoard that one. I might buy some more papers actually. What am I doing? I literally have no brain today. Okay, so I realised that this needs to be scored, so I can't just wing this bit, I'm afraid. I've measured where I folded them before, and I'm going to score it at the right measurements, so hopefully they're the right measurements. It's different when it's already folded, so let's see. So I've got 2 1/8, and then I've got 5.5 inches. And I'm hoping that these are the correct. I'm just going to do it lightly just in case they're not. And fold it over like that. A little bit thin. Is it the same size? Please be the same size. If it's not, I'm going to cry. About there. I think there's enough room for the envelope, because I think I went a little bit on the smaller side for my envelope, so good thing. That is the base. So I've got one larger flap and one smaller flap. Now it is time to do the flaps. So I've got a flap measurement of accordion flaps 3 by... I'm surprised I don't know the measurement for this by now. Amount of times I did it. Just seeing which side I like the splatters more on. By 6 3/4. So actually I like that side better. So just see which way I want it to go. Do I want to go that way? I don't know, let's see what the other one looks like. And then cut it that way. And then I get rid of all the splatters on the other side. Good thinking. So 6 3/4, yeah, 3/4. Out. Oh, I've done it the wrong size, haven't I? 6 3/4. Oh, just a bit big. I'm doing the height the completely wrong bloody size. See, this is why I do speed throughs when I'm cutting up, because I get annoyed with myself. Yeah, that's better. And to get the right amount of hold on it, I always opt for the 1 inch scoring. Which side do I like better? Because that side you're going to be sticking, so you kind of need to figure out which one you like, which side you like the most. So this was the part where I didn't actually kind of have to measure anything. Literally just fold it in half. When it comes to the sides, one of them will have to flip over. So you want to have the flaps come out like this. So the fold needs to be here. So you kind of need to figure out which way it's going to do that. Not that way, obviously. So it's the other way. So it basically gets stuck like this. So that's the score line and that's the fold. So it goes like that. And then it will go out like that. So when you're folding it, just bear in mind where you want your design to be, because to be honest, I really didn't care which way it went round. I mean, it's just a happy little accident that it went this way, because I thought it has a nice contrast with that bit. But yeah, if you have a specific design in mind, you might want to figure out, like, do it the other way. But you can easily fold it. I mean, when you score things, it's easily manipulated, as I found out when I accidentally stuck it on the wrong side. So I can't figure out how I did it that way. If you have like one of these tape runners, to be honest, the stick on this is a bit crap, to be honest. But they're easily repositionable if you're really careful when you take it off. Stick it down here. Okay. Oh. I'm so clumsy tonight. And that folds over like that. So I'm going to cover this bit up. So it kind of looks kind of cool. What I was going to intend to do, I was going to put a... Actually, That doesn't look too bad. I'm gonna put the mail tag there. Right, so I'm gonna do the envelope. So I don't actually have, for these papers, they're not exactly big enough for the envelope size that I want. So I've got this paper that's pretty much the same colour as this. I'm rolling my sleeves up. This is getting serious. Lemon tree. Yeah, that's too big. Okay, take two. This just is not going right for me tonight. It's just everything's falling down, things aren't being measured properly. So I'm going to do a smaller one, 2 5/8. Okay, so I'm going to create a little closure here. To do that, I need my crocodile, but I don't think it's going to be big enough. I don't want to punch all the way through here because the whole idea is that it opens. So I just want to get to this bit here. So it'll just be on this side. So I don't think that, no, unless I put it right in the middle. Just like there or something, but that just doesn't look right. So I can't use that crocodile, but I have a crocodile big bite that is this monster here. With these you can sort of reach a long distance with them, usually like back there. Let's see if I'm gonna just punch, because I'm going to be using one of these. So ideally, go there. Okay, so I'm going for 1 3/4 inches, which I've just measured, to kind of give a good little distance between the two. So I'm going to go and get my big bite. These, it's got 2, so one's bigger, one's smaller. I'm going to use the bigger one. I'm doing the same on the other side. Hopefully, I mean, if it's not exactly right, I don't really care, to be honest. Aim for the middle. Again, if it's not in the middle, I don't really care. Right, so I'm going to put some eyelets on it now. And that's the thing with the crocodile, you can put eyelets on stuff. Right. Get me a big bite, and then I want to set it to the eyelet bit. There we go, there's the closure, which I'm going to use the twine for. I'm going to get rid of this monster. I think I can speed this up a little bit. Yes, I think I can. Let's do that then. Let's speed it up and listen to some music, shall we?